Hello everyone, my friend is blind now. So today I'm going to read the entire backstory of Murdoc Nichols to them, based on the official Gorillaz wiki. Murdoc Alphonse Nichols was born in Stoke-on-Trent. Where's Stoke-on-Trent? On the 6th of June 1966. He was born in the Three-Legged Dog, a pub, out the back by the wheelie bins, although it's rumored that his mother gave birth to him while still in residence at the Belphegor Sanatorium, a halfway house for the sick, needy, and incredibly bored. As an infant, he was dumped on the doorstep of his father's house one night with a raven watching over him, and was discovered as he was returning home from the pub. Everyone wants to go to the pub. What even is a pub? Murdoc went on to have a very abusive childhood. It has been proposed that his many addictions and sour attitude were a direct result of this. His father, Sebastian Jacob Nichols, or Jacob Sebastian Nichols, depending on who's asking, was a spiteful and drunk man who often verbally abused and exploited his sons. During his childhood years, Murdoc attended Sodsworth Comprehensive School, where he gained a reputation for his truancy, puerile pranks, ugliness, poor hygiene, and generally unruly behavior. From the first day, he would frequently be found in corridors during lessons, or propping up outside of classrooms, distracting the other pupils, with endless quacking noises and pointless, malicious humor. His formal teacher, Mr. Gravelplax, a man Murdoc described as turning out up stinky at poppers, described Murdoc as an appalling student and a stupid imbecile who often turned up smelling of whiskey. Although even as a child he had charisma, had a great knack for getting his acquaintances to see things the Murdoc Nichols way, and certainly stood out. Despite all this, he was also the target of bullying, both from the pupils and the teachers. At the age of 9, he was by a school lunch lady, which he cites as the source of his constant bad mood. Murdoc was also bullied by a big, thick, meaty, skinhead lump of a boy with 2 arms like racks of kebab meat named Tony Chopper. Chopper would call him all sorts of names, and the list went on with new ones added every day. Murdoc got back at Tony by calling him a lot of offensive and extremely harsh names, ultimately calling him a useless, bloated, backward waste of space who would probably get a job holding up for sale signs on the corner of streets, only to get himself fired and replaced by a bucket of soil, which resulted in Tony punching Murdoc in the nose, breaking it. Despite this, however, Murdoc was happy as he knew he had Tony lit. The local pub had a routine star talent show called Are You a Star that Murdoc was often forced to participate in so he could win his father's drinking money. Relatable Murdoc. The performances arranged by his father were always humiliating songs and dance numbers, usually with feathered costumes and tap shoes, including one performance in which Murdoc was forcibly dressed up as Pinocchio and sang I've Got No Strings. It was from there on out that Murdoc decided to become a musician, and he would never take the stage under someone else's direction. He would wreak havoc on this world of buffoons. Despite being pushed out of Sodsworth with only one legitimate qualification, an international baccalaureate in antisocial anthropology, Murdoc dreamt of becoming a famous musician and leaving Stoke-on-Trent. Hold on, we got a sidetrack, guys. I've heard Stoke-on-Trent sucks. I want to know where this is and why it sucks. Ceramics. I thought that said Jewish. Oh, 41 crimes per 1,000 people. Holy shit, I don't. After becoming a Satanist, he began making deals with the devil and came out to an arrangement with him. If Murdoc became a famous rock star, he would offer Satan his soul. When the deal was finalized, Murdoc acquired a Satan's bass guitar, the El Diablo, and his middle name was changed from Alphonse to Faust. I don't know what Faust means. During this time, Murdoc went on to a variety of low-paying jobs in order to pay the rent to stay in his father's house, such as gravediggers, soup seller, telesales, part-time Christmas Santa, and stealing lead off church roofs. Murdoc, I don't care about this part, actually. At some time in the early 1990s, Murdoc founded a band called Murdoc's Burning Sensations. Not much is known about the band, outside of it being, no one cares about this, guys. During his early 30s, which he was unemployed, Murdoc would spend his job seeker's allowance on seedy underground kid fights. On one occasion, however, he was caught necrotizing Fastidious in a Luz, which gave him his viridian skin color. He also dyed his hair blonde for a short period of time. Green doesn't go with blonde, Murdoc. On the 15th of August 1997, Murdoc and a gang of criminals went on a crime spree in a stolen Vauxhall Astra. Their next target was Uncle Norm's Organ Emporium, where Stuart Pott, aka 2D, was working. Murdoc launched the car through the shop window, crashing directly into Stuart's face, putting him in a coma and giving him an 8-ball fracture on his left eye. After the incident, Murdoc was arrested and sentenced to 30,000 hours of community service and spending 10 hours a week caring for Stuart. 30,000 hours to days. 1250 days to years. 3 years, 3 years, 2 weeks. I'm great. Oh, he had to spend 156 weeks caring for 2D. 3 years, yeah. One day, while skidding his car around a car park in Nottingham, Murdoc accidentally sent Stuart flying through the window shield into a curb, giving Stuart a fraction of his right eye, yet waking him up from his coma. Impressed by Stuart's appearance, describing him as a blue-haired, black-eyed god, Murdoc recruited him as the lead singer and keyboardist for his band and gave him the new nickname 2D for the 2 dents in his head. The end. I might read Plastic Beach later if I'm not too bored.